is this?
Previously on the Blockbuster Buster.
I feel... Wow. This feels good.
In a world of uncertainty, where movie theaters are plagued by remakes and sequels, in a world where big budget movies can still suck, in this world we have the Blockbuster Buster.
Greetings, loyal drones. I'm ERod, and I'm your reviewer. Long ago, the prospect of a Spider-Man movie seemed completely impossible. The special effects required to execute such a film did not exist, plus the character rights were caught in legal limbo. So in 2002, when it was announced that Spider-Man was finally going to be released as a film, fans rejoiced because they were going to get to see their hero on the big screen. Thus far, Spider-Man is one of the highest grossing comic book movies of all time, only second to The Dark Knight. So just like any successful film, this one had to have its wonderful sequels. Today we look at the best one of the three, and one of my all-time favorite films, Spider-Man 3. Now for those of you cheeky little monkeys that need a recap of the first two films, here's a lover. Sup, pendejos? My lover. You wanna know about Spider-Man? I'll tell you about Spider-Man. So there's like this baby-faced gringo who wants to get together with Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, Kirsten Dunst, if you want some Latino heat, you can call it lover. So like a spider comes down and fights him, and it gives him all sorts of spider powers, like web shooting, and wall crawling, and wrestling. Then there's this other crazy gringo who puts on a Power Rangers mask and he starts fucking people up, but then he dies, and then they all go to the funeral together, and Mary Jane is like, hey, I wanna get together now, but Spider-Man is like, fuck you, bitch. Spider-Man 2. So there's like this guy who's got like mechanical arms and shit, and he wants to rob banks and kidnap abuelitas, but Spider-Man's like, fuck you, bitch. And then in the end, he finally gets together with Kirsten Dunst. Mira, Kirsten Dunst, if you change your mind about the Latino heat, you can call it lover. Thanks, El Lover. Stereotypes are hilarious. So our movie begins with a recap. In Spider-Man 2, they recapped all the pivotal moments from Spider-Man 1 with beautiful paintings done by acclaimed comic book painter Alex Ross. So how do you think they do the recap in Spider-Man 3? With a cheap PowerPoint, of course. Now some of you might think this is cheap and lazy. I call it cost-effective. So our movie begins with Peter Parker telling us how great his life is, while the other movies begin with him dealing with some form of inner struggle. This movie cuts out all that annoying conflict and gives us character resolution without him earning it, and that's just great. Now this is a beautiful moment. I hope they don't ruin it with some idiotic sci-fi motif. Haha! Thank you! Now for those of you who are wondering, this is the Venom symbiote, come to Earth to help Spider-Man embrace his darkness. Now isn't it great how the filmmakers condensed a whole decade of comic book storylines into 3 seconds of movie? That's just wonderful. So Peter decides to propose to Mary Jane when he is suddenly attacked by the vengeful Harry Osborn. Now some of you drones might be put off by the second villain being introduced into the movie so soon, but it's okay.
Hit my head. I don't remember much of anything.
It's nothing a soap opera story device can't cure. Wow, this movie has the pacing of a young movie ball.
Why, thank you!
You're welcome, you cinematic titan. So our hero attends Spider-Man Appreciation Day. A hero who once fought with all his might to protect his anonymity is attending a public event? This seems strangely familiar. Ah yes, another masterpiece. Now I know what you're thinking. This movie already has a kid with spider powers, a little black blob that came out of a meteorite, and a rich kid that owns a hoverboard. Isn't there anything else that we could pile onto this already hefty pile of bullshit? Ah yes, enter the Sandman. All puns intended. Now, if a man of sand is not idiotic enough for you, how about the Sandman turning out to be the one who killed Uncle Ben? Now, I know this might seem downright asinine to anyone who saw the first two films, but this is what modern Hollywood people call a plot twist. As long as your movie has a good plot twist, shouldn't worry about telling a good story or something as trivial as delivering a good performance. Ah yes, my favorite part of the film. Venom takes over Spider-Man and they kill the Sandman. Now you might think that now that the Sandman is dead, that the film is going to focus on the other two villains. Heck no, bring on the three villains, just like that other great comic book film. So now that Peter's evil, he goes on to do stereotypical evil things like dressing like a Nemo, blowing off part of Harry's face, cheating on Mary Jane, and my personal favorite, evil dancing. Oh yeah! Haha! This movie sucks donkey dick. I don't even know where to begin. How about the whole hour and 44 minutes that go by before Venom shows up in the movie, even though he was advertised as being the main villain? And then when he does show up, what does he do? He kidnaps Mary Jane. Real original, numbnuts. So Venom and the Sandman decide to team up, and obviously Spidey can't take on both villains alone, so he decides to call upon Harry for help, who is still a little sore at him for blowing off half his face, so he tells him to fuck off. Luckily, Harry finds out the truth about his father's death from who the fuck are you?
The blade that pierced his body came from his glider.
Did he just find out a pivotal piece of information from a character who has had less than a minute of screen time? Not just in this movie, but in the whole saga? They just Deus Ex Machina. Right up our ass! So Pete and Harry go to fight Sandman and Venom, and fuck it. Venom explodes, Harry dies, the Sandman cries, and nobody knows why! This movie's a big pile of spider shit. Usually sequels are complete rehashings of the original movies, but this one strays way too far away from the original formula and crams way too many characters and way too many subplots into one movie. But the filmmakers win yet again because this piece of shit grows more money than Forrest Gump and The Lion King. Try to process that through your brain for just 1 minute. Spider-Man 3 made more money than The Lion King. But the most heartbreaking thing for me personally was that director Sam Raimi, the creator of The Evil Dead, couldn't make Venom scary. I mean, the goddamn penguin in Batman Returns was scarier. But that's another story. Now, if you excuse me, I have some unfinished business to take care of.
Ah yes, little Blockbuster Buster, very good. Just one more movie to go.
Well, this shouldn't be too bad. I mean, the third X-Men movie isn't that bad. It isn't that great, but it isn't that bad.
Oh, you shall not be reviewing X-Men The Last Stand. You will be reviewing X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Damn you! You maniac! Damn you!
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the spider.